How to make money with AI without becoming an expert, a programmer, or someone who spends all day learning new technology. Hey there, my name is Kristin Nicole, and if you've been going through this course, then you've already seen some of the most common ways people are making money with AI. But in a few minutes, I want to show you something different, because one of the biggest misconceptions about AI is that the opportunities only belong to people building the technology. And that's simply not true. In fact, some of the most valuable opportunities are being created by people who aren't developers, who aren't engineers, and aren't technical experts. Rather, they are helping people navigate a rapidly changing world. So in this video, I'm going to show you 3 AI business opportunities that many beginners completely overlook. Not so that you can do all of them, but so you can begin seeing opportunities you may not have noticed before. By the end of this video, you'll have a much broader understanding of where the value is being created in this AI economy, and you may discover an opportunity that feels surprisingly aligned with your strengths. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, I want to give you a different way to think about AI. Before we jump into these opportunities, I want to offer just a simple mindset shift. Most people assume that making money with AI means creating something, building software, writing code, creating advanced automations, developing tools. But often the greatest value isn't created by building technology. It's created by helping people use that technology, helping people understand it, helping people organize, and helping people simplify it. That's what these opportunities are really about. So let's go ahead and get into the opportunities. This first opportunity is becoming what I call an AI translator. And no, this doesn't mean translating languages. It means translating complexity into simplicity. Because right now, millions of people are hearing about AI every single day, but they don't really understand it. They're overwhelmed, they're confused, and they're not sure where to begin. Now, what this looks like as an AI translator, you would help people understand what tools are worth paying attention to, how AI can help in everyday life, how to use AI without feeling overwhelmed, and how to start as a beginner. So some examples of this could look like creating tutorials, making YouTube videos, writing guides, teaching workshops, helping local business owners understand AI. Now, why this is helpful and why it matters. Because the value isn't in knowing everything. The value is in making complicated things easier to understand. And if you've ever been the person who naturally explains things clearly, then you may already have this skill. Now, opportunity number 2 is the AI systems helper. This one is one of the most overlooked opportunities right now, because businesses are drowning in repetitive tasks, not because they're difficult, but because they happen over and over again. Things like messages, questions, follow-ups, lead requests, customer inquiries, appointment reminders. Now, what this looks like is instead of doing everything manually, businesses are beginning to use simple AI systems to help organize these interactions. So this might include things like chatbot conversations, automated follow-ups, lead capture systems, FAQ automation, customer communication workflows. But one thing I want to clarify with this one is that you don't need to build software, okay? You don't need to know how to code to do this, and you don't need to become a developer. You simply help with creating systems that save people and the business time. So a real example of this would be, let's say that someone comments on a social media post asking for information. Instead of manually sending messages every single time, a simple chatbot can guide that person to the right information automatically. And so this is not replacing the business owner, it's just supporting them. Now, it's something important to note with chatbots. Yes, they've been around for a while. No, not all businesses are using them. And chatbots have evolved into something, I would say, more useful than they used to be. A lot of times these were built in a way that didn't work great, but they have evolved so that you can actually build a chatbot for a company or an organization, mainly a small business, that feels more human, provides a little bit more positive interaction, and takes that away from the business owner having to do that all themselves. So again, it's not replacing the business owner, it's just supporting them. And this opportunity is actually growing because most businesses don't need more technology. They actually need simpler systems. And people who understand how to create those systems are becoming increasingly valuable. Opportunity number 3 is the AI curator. Now, this may be one of the easiest opportunities to overlook because we're surrounded by information. Every day, there are new tools, new updates, new platforms, new announcements, and most people are exhausted trying to keep up. So what this looks like as an AI curator is helping to filter information. Instead of saying, here's everything, you would say, here's what actually matters. Now, some examples of this could look like AI newsletters, AI resource collections, tool recommendations, YouTube channels, AI roundups, weekly updates, things like that. Now, the reason this is valuable is people don't need more information. They need help deciding what deserves their attention. The value isn't creating information. The value is actually helping to filter the information. So let's kind of take a step back and talk about what these really have in common. Okay, let's look at the bigger picture. These opportunities may seem different on the surface, but they're all really doing the same thing. The AI translator makes AI easier to understand. The AI systems helper makes life easier to understand. And the AI curator makes decisions easier to understand, or easier to make, I should say. Now, I want you to notice something important. None of these require you to be the smartest person in the room, okay? They require you to be helpful. And that's a very different way to think about these sorts of opportunities. So, I want you to consider something or a few things before you dive in. Just take a minute and simply reflect. Which of these feels most natural to you? Do you enjoy teaching and explaining things? Do you enjoy organizing and improving systems? Or do you enjoy researching and sharing helpful resources? It's not something you need to answer today. Just simply notice what feels aligned, okay? I also want to kind of gently remind you that none of these opportunities require perfection. None of them require knowing everything, and none of them require becoming someone that you're not. You can learn gradually, you can start small, and you can grow your confidence over time. One of the biggest mistakes people make when they enter the AI space is assuming that they need to compete with experts, but often the greatest opportunities aren't found in being the expert. They are found in helping people navigate change. Humans have a really hard time with change, okay? We can do it, we know how to do it, but it also feels really hard because of the way our nervous systems respond. Our nervous systems, our brains resist change. So if you can help people with that change, that in and of itself is extremely valuable. Helping people simplify complexity and helping people move forward with confidence is something that is a really urgent problem that many businesses and people will solve. So in the next video, we're going to shift from exploring opportunities and we're going to shift into creating some action. And I'm going to show you a simple, beginner-friendly path for actually getting started with AI without overcomplicating the process. That is it for this video, and I will see you in the next video.